Finally, Tajikistan, definitely one of the shiniest pearls of my voyage. I wanted to see it all off-road tracks and natural beauties. I started in the northwest part of the country, across Ujand, then Shakiristan Tunnel, Iskander Kul. Plan was to change tires in Dushanbe and then hitting the Pamir Highway, Akhabai Kharbabot Pass, and then to Rushan, where I will be deciding if I will go Bartang Valley, Vahan, or continuing Pamir Highway. Since I would go most of the time outside of civilization, basically off-road, the plan was to take as much cash as possible at the start, so I stopped in Kunjand to take some money and of course to take some groceries. I stopped at the butchery for a few minutes and all of a sudden there were 10 people outside looking and asking me about the bike and my plans where I'm going. Next stop, minerals and vitamins. Had to buy some veggies. They started full of sunshine, but ended up unfortunately raining cats and dogs. The most problematic part was around the Shakaristan Tunnel on 2,700 something meters, where it was icy, foggy, so it was a nightmare passing through all of that and staying alive. But when I make a turn to the right into the road or track that leads to Iskanderkul Lake, it seems that rain somehow bypassed this mountain chain. So the track was dry and it was pure joy riding through it. The idea was to do wild camp around the lake and do some barbecue and get a good night's sleep before the morning and continuation of the trip. And the funny thing was, when I finished barbecue, rain started. So it was a perfect timing, to eat and then to get to sleep while rain is dripping around. In the morning, of course, putting everything together, drying, and then actually being able to see how beautiful the place of the Iskanderkul Lake is. Actually, what I was told is that this lake was given name by the fact that Alexander the Great, when he was heading towards India, stopped here with his army. Therefore, they gave the name of the lake to commemorate him. I was heading forward to Dushanbe, wanted to see the city, and more important, since I contacted the guys at Taj Motorway workshop to get me a pair of new shoes for Tajik mountains. Of course, we are talking about Continental TKC80. I was eager to come there as soon as possible to make all the preparations for Tajik off-road tracks, check the bike, make sure that everything is ready and good to go. Unfortunately, there was some misunderstanding, so tires haven't arrived. Had to wait additional 3 days for them. And then on that, there was another problem, because there was some kind of Asian countries summit in Dushanbe, and because of the security reasons, to protect all the big shots, all flights were postponed for a few more days, leaving me in Dushanbe for altogether 7 days. On the other hand, at least I had time to see the city, at least part of the city which was not closed. Check everything. I saw the big bazaar with all the spices, food, fruits. Met some fellow riders from Russia, good guys, one rider from Germany. All together had a good time.
Hi. You? Croatia, Croatia.
When they finally called me that tires arrived, I was really happy because inside I was burning out of anxiety to hit off-road as soon as possible. Momentarily I was there, thinking to change tires and hit the road this very same day. It's worth of saying that Taj motorway is a central place for checking the bike, changing tires and everything else if you want to hit Pamir Highway, Bartang Valley, Vahan Corridor and all other beautiful off-road tracks, because guys that are doing job over there, they know bikes inside out, they know their soul, so they will be more than happy to, help you get anything you need and advise how to do and where to go. I hit the road at around 4 p.m. Guys were telling me, wow, you don't need to go, wait another day, but really after 7 days stuck in a city, I was, crazy. I wanted to go out, wanted to take off-road as soon as possible. So I was counting, like, if I start the journey around 4 o'clock, I'll be able to get somewhere in the nature and, do the proper wild camping, and then the day after continue. Paved road was slowly disappearing and gravel road was taking its place. Traffic was not big, in both directions, some trucks, some cars, but nothing special, nothing that you can't overtake. When road was passing near bridges or some villages, then there was paved road again, but mostly it was gravel, not the hardcore, off-road, something very easily to handle. So I was thinking, even if night will catch me on the road, I will still be able, to hit few kilometers until I find a perfect spot for camping. And nature was extraordinary, as you can see. Cliffs, rivers, waterfalls, maybe not for the people who are afraid of height, but for everybody else, must go place. Day was ending and night was there. I had to find place for sleeping.
Miss Cow, how are you? Oh, another one.
Resting and sleeping under the stars. You really can't tell if these places in a wilderness are more beautiful during the night or during the day. The thing with Pamir Highway is, as you are getting closer to Tajikistan border with Afghanistan, there are more and more checkpoints on the road, which due to the civil war in Afghanistan is something that you are basically looking forward to it, because you know that that is guaranteeing your safety on the road. Plus, when the police guy is pointing you in the right direction where the good breakfast is, I mean, you can't get better than that.
Хорошо. Хорватия. Pamir. Как?
Как живет за километр?
До сейчас 10 тысяч от Хорватии, да? 1 месяц путешествие, да? Да. Нет, будем потом у Киргизстан, Казахстан, Россия, Монголия.
Молодцы!
Да.
счастливых пути.
Спасибо большое.
It looks like mountains are, bringing up all the best from the people. Because not only here, but in all other countries, when I was in the mountains, there were so good people living out there, eager to help you, eager to ask you where are you going, what do you need.
Там. Это.
Дорога. Перевал.
How? Ага. Это можно, да? Ага. Хорошо. Спасибо большое.
Plus, GPS can't tell you if there were any landslides along the road, because otherwise you would hit the road, come to the place, and then conclude that you are screwed up, that you need to go backwards.
Not to stop here would be a sin. This is cool to follow the river. It's easy to make a mistake here, went the wrong direction, but people here are incredibly good. One lady was yelling, telling that it's another way. You don't need to know the language. I mean, if you want to help, you will help. That's the most important thing. Yes, that's still the same road. 3,000 meter, yeah! That's my girl. Good luck, see you!
And here it is, Agbay Khabur Abot Pass at 3,268 meters. It's much harder to pronounce it than it is to drive it, but it's a pure joy to drive through this scenery, as you can see.
If I'm still filming, because not to have this as a video clip would be really a shame. It's a kind of magic. Do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. drive. You need to stop every 3 seconds. There for the mountain, here for the waterfall. Stop there, stop here, everywhere. Look. Thank you God for such a beautiful place. What else to say? До свидания.
Another checkpoint. This is the first time in my life that I saw soldiers saluting a civilian. But okay, I felt good, I felt like a general.
Jesus.
Occasionally along the road there were some villages, and since those villages were bordering villages with Afghanistan, at one point I was not paying attention because my GPS couldn't tell me if it's Afghanistan or Tajikistan, so I almost entered Afghanistan, and then soldiers were explaining me for 15 minutes, no, you can't go over there. And I was saying, but my GPS is telling me. And at the end it was, but this is Afghanistan. Ah, okay. And actually it's interesting, all the way across the Pamir highway you have a natural border with Afghanistan. It's this river passing on your right side.
Like za Rushan? Rushon. Yes. Kalakum. Tamil Tam.
As you can see, it's better to check twice because it's some cases you can't tell and GPS is not even showing some tracks.
Tea time? Good. Tired. I can imagine how you feel. Good.
Yeah. Where are you coming from today?
Today from somewhere on the Pamir highway. Yeah. I left Dushanbe. I left Dushanbe yesterday afternoon. Okay, around 4 o'clock. See you there. Bye.
There are many people on bikes, bicycles, passing through Pamir highway. It's very popular, although 2 years ago 2 or 3 French tourists were killed around here, and when I was telling back home that I'm heading to Tajikistan, everybody was telling me, oh, people are getting killed over there, but you know, in the same times people were getting killed in Europe as well, so it's hard to tell, go or not go. And of course, medias are gonna be presenting certain things in a certain way. It's better to check, to be safe, but that shouldn't be stopping you from going somewhere.
To survive a few more kilometers. Bye. Good night for today. I've been driving 12 hours. Yeah, big.
And finally Rushan, place where I will be having nice sleep and be deciding which way to go next.
Здравствуйте. Салам алейкум. У вас место есть за спиной? Сколько?